Okay, so this is the experiment 3 today we'll be discussing. Okay, so here this is our board. So this is the LPC 2148 like ARM7 board. So as I said, so here you have the microcontroller and these are all the peripherals we have it. And so right now stepper motor, so this is the stepper motor interfacing unit. Okay, so as I said, there will be 4 phases or the coils. Okay, so A, B, C, D. So and here you have the connector. So here will be connecting the stepper motor. Okay, so the stepper motor separately it comes as a small motor like that. So that we should connect it and it rotates clockwise and anti-clockwise. Okay, so first let me explain the program. So this is the stepper motor. Okay, so stepper motor as we all know, like it is also known as step motor or stepping motor, and it is a brushless DC motor that divides a full rotation into number of equal steps. Okay, so whereas your DC motor, it is a continuously rotates, whereas this stepper motor, it rotates in the form of steps. Okay, so this rotates in the form of steps. Okay, and it is the motor's position can be like commanded to move and hold one of these steps. Okay, and there are 2 basic winding arrangements we saw. So this is an example of an picture of an stepper motor and how it moves. Okay, so here you can see this is the rotor and which is having here like 50 teeth. So in our lab experiments also, the stepper motor what we are using, so it is having a stepper 50 teeth, and this is the like stator and which has the windings or the coils we'll call it, and by energizing this coils. Okay, so by energizing means by passing the current through it, so you'll make this motor to run it. Okay, so this is the like a small working principle of a stepper motor. Okay, so here this is A, B, C, D. Okay, so the windings are such that, so if A is winded like this will be in opposite direction. That is, if this is in north direction, this will be in south direction, and if this is in north direction, this is in south direction. Okay, so this is the rotor and this is the stator, so which contains 4 poles. Okay, so it may contain 8 poles like that also, but in our stepper motor, so we are considering the 4 poles and which will be having the windings. Okay, so by energizing this, like by passing the current to it, so we can make this stepper motor rotate. Okay, so this is the stepper motor. So likewise, we'll be having A, B, C, D. This is A, B, C, D. So which are connected to the optional driver circuits. Okay, and it is 1 step angle when its 4 coins are given the currents in a specific sequence. Okay, so when the current is given in a specific example, for example, if we give A, B, C, D, so it rotates it. Okay, so how much it rotates also just we can calculate. Okay, so for example, so A, B, C, D is first you are energizing coil A, then it will be 1 0 0 0. So next you are energizing B, it will be 0 1 0 0. So this will be shifted here. So likewise, whenever you are energizing C, then it will be 0 0 1, and then like this it rotates it. Okay, so how much it rotates, that also so we can calculate it. And this is example of the stepper motor. So as I said, so when the windings are, this is in the north, then this will be in the south, and similarly for these poles also. Okay, so this is the like motor and these are the windings. And so here, as I said, so this stepper motor, so it can operate in full step, wave step, and then half step. Okay, so if you remember, while discussing in the 3rd module, stepper motor, already clearly I have explained how does it works. Okay, so the same thing again, once again I'll be explaining here also. Okay, so coil A, that means here the windings or the phase or the poles, they are the same. Okay, so that is coil A. So next is coil B, coil C, coil D. And how this connected? So in our port, okay, so we have port 0 and port 1. Okay, so from the port 0, 12th pin is connected to A. That is here in our stepper motor, pole A. And then, so the pin P0.13 is connected to pole, that is pole B. Next, P0.14 is connected to C. Okay, so that is the C. And then P0.15 is connected to D. Okay, so likewise, so here it is P0.12, P0.13, P0.14 and P0.15. Okay, so suppose I want to move this stepper motor. So what I should do? So I should energize these coils. Okay, so that is, so here A, B, C, D. So in a wave step, okay, so in wave step, so what we'll be doing is, so we'll be passing the current to that is P0.12, that is A pole. Okay, so that means we'll be making this high as P0.12 as high. So in the next step, so we'll be moving to that is we can do the left shift here, and then so we can energize the P0.13. So P0.13 is nothing but your B coil. Okay, so next similarly, so P0.14 is nothing but your pole C. Next similarly, P0.15 is nothing but pole D. Okay, so the motor coil assembles and it operates at the voltage levels, so plus 5 to 24 volts. Okay, and as I said, it has a single motor, so which is connected to the shaft at the center of the assembly, and there are multiple coils surrounding the motor. Okay, so here in our program, so we are considering a total of 50 steps. So why 50 steps we are considering? So here our rotor, so it contains 50 teeth. Okay, so 50 teeth are there, hence we are considering the 50 steps. Okay, so 50 steps are required for one complete revolution of the star. Okay, so that means each your stepper motor, as I said, it moves, it will not move like a DC motor continuously, it moves in terms of steps. Okay, so each steps, how many degrees it move? Because so we know that to make one rotation it requires 360 degree. Okay, so 360 degree divided by 50. So why 50? Because we are making 50 steps and into 4. Okay, so these 50 steps are contributed by the 4 poles. Okay, so or the 4 windings, whatever we have done, we have seen it, that one. So that equals to 1.8 degree. So that means, so whenever you are moving or whenever it is moving a step, okay, so you are each step it will increments by 1.8 degree. Okay, so this is how we'll calculate it. Okay, suppose if it is 100 steps, then it differs like that. Okay, so this is like the ALS circuit board, how it is given. So as I said, so this is the P0.12 is PC4, PC5, PC6, PC7. So whatever the namings that they have following it here. So likewise, so A, B, C, D. So A, B, C, D through a power mate, it is an like interfacing circuit to connect with our stepper motor to the board. Okay, so we have the in the stepper motor, remember ABCD as the poles. So these poles are should be connected to the port pins P0, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so that's what this is the connection, it shows it. And we are energizing by giving passing the current, so P12 by making it high. And if you want to, this is for one rotation. Okay, so if you want to rotate in an anti-clock, okay, let me think that this is rotating in a clockwise direction. Okay, so if I want to energize in an anti-clockwise direction, then you should energize in the reverse order. Okay, so now I'll be taking the program. So that is the embedded C program, so which will be using for the stepper motor. Okay, so as I said, so it is the connection lines P0.12 to 15 are connected to the poles A, B, C, D. Okay, so here, so we are using two C functions, that is one is clockwise and anti-clockwise, so without any passing the any parameters, and we are using two long int variables, that is var1 and var2, and then these are also ijk, we are using it. Okay, so first what you have to do, so you have to make them as the general purpose IO pins. Okay, so as I said, so why pincel 0? Okay, why not pincel 1? Because they are connected from P0.12 to 15. Okay, so you remember, so P0 to P15, so they come under pincel 0. Okay, so that is P0 16 to 31, they come under pincel 1. Okay, so now I am using the port 0 pins of 12 to 15. Okay, so it is not that you should give all 0. So only these pins, like you can enable here only F, but generalizing, so normally we'll give 0 to make them as GPIO pins. Okay, so next, after selecting the GPIO pins, so what I should do, I should make them as the output port. Okay, so stepper motor is a output port, it is not an input port. Okay, so it is an output port. So how we should make, so you should make the changes in the IO0 DIR pin. Okay, so what value you should give? Okay, so this is 0000 and F00. So why F? Okay, so if you write it in this hexadecimal, okay, so this is like 0, so 0 I have written it, and next is 0, next 0, so next is again 0, 0. If you consider here F, that is, so it will come 1, 1, 1, 1. So these pins, okay, so these pins, they are nothing but your 12 to 15 pins. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, next is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, sorry, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this F is, so 12, that is this F1, this will come as 12th pin. So 12, 13, 14, 15, I should make them as the output pins. So I am passing this data. So please remember, so these data like setting of the pin values are very important. Okay, so it will be not common for all the programs. Okay, so in your step in this program, so we are connecting the stepper motor ABCD coils to the pins 12, 13, 14, 15 of port 0. So hence we are setting this value. So next is while 1. So as usual, so this is an infinite loop. Okay, so in why will be taking an infinite loop? Because we want to continuously rotate the motor, that is a stepper motor, clockwise, anti-clockwise continuously. Okay, so first what we'll be doing? So first, as I said, so to make it one clockwise rotation, so it requires 50 times. Okay, so that's why, so for j equals 0, j less than 50, so in the increment of 1, so we'll call this clockwise. Okay, so remember there is no semicolon here. Okay, so that means, so 50 times we are calling the clockwise function. Okay, so let us see what is this clockwise function. Okay, so here we have a clockwise function. Okay, so what is this clockwise function? What it will do? So we are using one variable var1, so which is having the value, so 0x00001000. Okay, so why this value is needed? Okay, so for example, so in order to step ABCD stepping. Okay, so first we should make this 12th pin high. Okay, so 12th pin high, and then so we do the left shifting. Okay, so what happens when we do the left shifting? See, this is like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th. Okay, so that means, so this pin is connected to A. Okay, so here if you observe, so IO0 pin, so we are assigning to var1. Okay, so var1 so is assigned this value. That means so we are making this pole A as high. So next in this for step speed variation, so we'll be giving that that loop, and then so we'll be left shift 1. Okay, so that means so with 1 bit we are doing the left shift. Okay, so this is the operator which will be using for left shifting. Okay, so var1 is left shifted 1 bit. Okay, and this loop so we are executing for 0 to less than or equal to 3. That means so 12, 13, 14, 15. So here is the 0. Next it will be like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we have to stop this. Okay, so this is that is when you rotate when you energize A, B, C, D, so that completes the one that completes the one step. Okay, so likewise, so that means like 50 times it will be called. Okay, so this is the main program for the clockwise. Okay, so in one clockwise function, so you will be executing, you will be energizing, or you will be passing the current to all the 4 poles A, B, C, D. So that's why we'll call it as a for clockwise, so 12th pin. See, as I said, so these values are very important. Okay, so likewise, so then what we'll be doing? So after calling clockwise, okay, so why 50 times? You know it, because to make one complete rotation, so we require 50 steps. Okay, and then so we'll give some delay. Okay, so continuously, immediately will not make it as anti-clockwise. So after making one rotation, the stepper motor, so we'll give some delay, and then so 50 times we'll be calling the anti-clockwise. Okay, so after calling this anti-clockwise, so let us see what is this anti-clockwise function it is. Okay, so this is an anti-clockwise functioning. So now, so we have done in the clockwise ABCD stepping. So now what we should do? You should do DCBA stepping. That means, so that is from the 15th pin, so you should do the right shift. Okay, so doing the right shifting. That is 15, we are energizing first 15th pin. So next is yes, are you able to see the screen?
No, ma'am.
No.
Now you are able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so this is for DCBA stepping. Okay, so likewise, that's why we are passing 8 here. Okay, so if you expand it, this is 0, 0, 0, this is 0, 0, 0, and this is 8. Okay, see here, so 15th pin we are energizing first. Okay, so because now we should do in a reverse direction, because we want to move our stepper motor in the anti-clockwise direction. So first we'll be energizing the D, that is the D coil, D pole, that is which is connected to P0.15. So next we'll be doing the right shift. Okay, so whenever you do the right shift, so next it will be shifted to here, next here, likewise here, and this is repeated. Okay, so how many times this is repeated? This is repeated 50 times. Okay, so here IO0 pin is var1, and then for the speed variation some delay will be giving, and then var1 so right shift will be doing. Okay, so that's why so these var1 and these values are very important. And then so the same thing here will be like in the main program, so we'll be calling the anti-clockwise, and then so after anti-clockwise also 50 times means it will make one rotation. Okay, and then we'll be giving some delay, and again this is in infinite loop. Again what will happen? So again the stepper motor, it will rotate in clockwise and then anti-clockwise, clockwise and then anti-clockwise, until you press the reset button or you stop the board. So this will be continuously rotating. Okay, so this experiment. And now I'll demonstrate it. And then, so next week when we go to the college, I'll show you how this rotates also. Okay, so shall we move to the execution part? Any doubts you have here in the program? So if you have any doubts, you can clear it. So here, as usual, we'll be including LPC21XX, which is the header file, which is a must. Okay, so let us move to the Kale Microvision software. So here, so I'll be demonstrating like how we can use the stepper motor, and then how you can see the output. Okay, so as usual, so the first project is project. Okay, so new Microvision project. Okay, so you make all separate folder. Okay, so in the desktop, I have made a stepper folder, and then there I'll be creating a file stepper motor. Okay, inside that stepper motor, so some project I need to create. Okay, so stepper motor uh, project file I'll be creating. This is the project file. Okay, so I'll be saving that project. Okay, so next it is asking, so which is the like device, the microcontroller you'll be using. So I'll be giving LPC2148. Okay, so this is from an NXP. So just if you select this, okay. So now it is asking, so you need the startup.s. Actually, for all the hardware programs, we need the startup.s, but here separately I am attaching in startup library, so it is not required. Okay, so if you give s also, no problem, nothing will happen. Okay, so but I'm attaching the separate library, hence I do give no. Okay, so now the file is created. So now I'll be opening the file. Okay, so already like I have the stepper motor, which I have explained the program, the same file is there. So that file, C file, I'll be opening it. Okay, so this is the stepper motor file. Okay, so this is like you can see this, you can see that, so pin cell 0, and then this is making it as an output directory. Then, so this is an like infinite loop. So where you'll be calling 50 times clockwise and then 50 times anti-clockwise functions. Okay, so clockwise, this is the program, what I have explained it. So now the next thing is, so you should link this to stepper motor.c to this source group. Okay, so add the existing files to the source group. Okay, so I'm attaching this C file. Okay, add, then close. Okay, now you can see that this is added. So since startup.s I have not included, so I'll be attaching the startup.lib. Okay, so add existing files to the source group. Okay, so here I'll be selecting the library. So startup.lib is there. So this I'll be adding it. Now close. Okay, so now, so you should build your program. This is an embedded C program. So before that, so you should remember, you should make these changes. Okay, so you go and right click for options for target one. So these commands are given in the steps, in the project creation steps. Please follow these steps. Okay, so options for creating the project one. Okay, so here you should use, this should be in 12 megahertz, and then so you should use microlib. Okay, and then go to the output. So we need hex file. So you should give create hex file, and then just you should check this option. Then go to the linker, then use memory layout. Okay, so these three changes you need to do for all the hardware programs. Okay, so next, so I'll give translate. Okay, so it is zero warnings and zero errors. Now let us build this. Okay, so now that AXF means it is a hex file is created. Okay, so rebuild it. So there are no warnings. Now you can see the run. Okay, so now here only, so we can check the output. How this is the hex file is created. So this hex file, so like we'll be dumping to the board. So that is to the flash of our board. So using the Flash Magic software. Okay, so right now we can't demonstrate that. So I'll show you how you can see that, how you can use this. Okay, so here debug. So in single step method, we'll go it and we can see the GPIO pins. Okay, so start. Now it is okay. So this is the C file. So if you go for peripherals, okay, so click this peripherals and then so you go for GPIO slow interface and then select port 0. See, now you can see this, all this pins are like, you can see what all the values they are having. Okay, so now you will execute the single step execution. Okay, so single step execution. Okay, so now it has come to pin cell 0. So pin cell 0 is 0. Okay, so now we'll do step one by one. Okay, so now you can see here, as I executed single step, F10 is the execution. So IO0 DIR is executed. So you can see the bits in the IO0 DIR. So that is 12, 13, 14, 15 are set. Okay, so after executing that, so these lines are selected as the output pins. Okay, so next. So this is the while loop. Okay, so next I'm executing the clockwise function. Okay, so here it comes for the clockwise. Okay, it is calling the clockwise function. Okay, so in the clockwise function, okay, so what we will be doing, IO set will be doing it. Okay, so that means we'll be setting the port pin. Wait. Yeah, so clockwise, so it is as soon as it is rotating. Okay, so it is calling for this clockwise function. So we will be setting 12, 13, 14, 15. It will be running continuously. So that you can see here. Okay, so in the debug, I'll give run here. See here, 12, 13, 14, 15. It is continuously, it is setting, and as soon as it moves from 12, 13, 14, 15, so it is making one step. So this is the clockwise, and then similarly here you can see the anti-clockwise also. Okay, so this will happen for 50 times. So then it will come for now you can see here it has come for the execution of the anti-clockwise. So now it is shifting from DCBA. Okay, so that is DCBA, it is shifting and it is rotating. So this will occur for 50 times, and then so continuously again it will go for clockwise. Okay, since our loop contains clockwise and anti-clockwise, so this will be rotating. So like this, so using the GPIO pins, so you can see the output. So now, so this is in the anti-clockwise. So after 50 times, again it will give some delay. again it will go for clockwise. Okay, see now it is executing again the clockwise and then anti-clockwise. So this will repeat it. Okay, so which all the pins are enabled and what all the IO set is happening. So IO pin, what all the values you have assigned it, so that you can select in the GPIO pins. Okay, so right now, so you can check the output like this. Yes, any doubts? So when you stop it, it will come out. So this is what the program. So the things what you have to remember it, what values you should give for clockwise and anti-clockwise. So here we'll be doing the left shifting, and here in the anti-clockwise we'll be doing the right shifting. Yes, any doubts you have?
Ma'am, for delay, we can give any time limit, ma'am.
Yeah, any time limit. Normally like 30,000, 50,000, like 65,000, like that, we'll be giving the delay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, any doubts? So again, third hour class, I'll be showing the output of LED and 7-segment display also. Okay. So that GPIO pins I have not demonstrated that day.